Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and I have here what I believe is an HP 5103. This is a new sort of business and education-oriented netbook from Hewlett-Packard, and it looks a lot like the 5102 and 5101 before it. In terms of physical design. But the new model should have a new Atom 550 dual-core processor. So let's take a look here. This is a demo unit, so it's not going to look exactly the same when you, if you were to actually purchase one. But let's go ahead and open up the box and take a look at what's inside. First, we've got a power cable and a power brick. Battery, which is designed to sit flush with the back of the unit, and also has a nice feature that you can press it and see how many bars it has. So this actually has a full charge, it looks like. This battery is a 1880 milliamp hour battery, so I believe this is probably just a 3-cell battery. But looks like they shipped us a second battery, a little bit thicker, and has the same feature, so we can see that it's also charged. And this one is a 66 watt-hour battery. It's interesting that it doesn't seem to say the milliamp hours. So there you go. We got a 3-cell and a 6-cell battery. And let's take a look at the laptop itself. Now it's available in a couple of new colors. I believe this is the one that they call Espresso. It's sort of a dark brown. It's got a textured, sort of brushed metal top. The entire case is aluminum. Is metal. It's actually aluminum on top and magnesium alloy on the bottom. Feels a little bit plasticky. It sort of has an interesting texture when you feel it, but the whole thing is actually metal. Slide the battery in the back there and take a look around the sides. We've got an SD card slot, mic and headphone, USB, Ethernet, lock port. See the battery sits flush with the back when I've got the 3-cell battery in and flush with the bottom. Power, VGA, 2 more USB ports, so there's a total of 3. So we've got a wireless switch here to toggle the wireless on and off, and a status LED. On the bottom there's a RAM access panel, but no other access panels, and in fact no screws. And the reason for that is you squeeze these together once and it makes the battery come out, squeeze it together a second time and the RAM panel actually pops right open. And it looks like this model should have Bluetooth and wireless LAN. I don't see... Looks like there's a SIM card slot here, but it seems to be padded over. So this model doesn't have 3G, but there is a 3G option on some versions of the HP Mini 5103. So open it up and take a look at the inside. It's got a nice island-style keyboard with separation between the keys. The keys are all pretty much flat. 2 buttons up here for, looks like, web browser and mail hotkeys, and a power button in the middle. We've got a sort of glassy feeling touchpad with 2 distinct buttons for left and right, and a display which appears to be matte. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes the difference between a matte and a glossy display, but this doesn't seem quite as reflective as some of the displays that I've seen from HP and other notebook makers. There you go. That's the HP Mini 5103. This is just a quick unboxing. I have more details about the specifications and how it performs on my website, liliputing.com, or you can stay tuned to this YouTube channel for more information. That's what it looks like, just so you know, with the 3-cell or the 6-cell battery. Sticks out a little bit more, gives it a little bit of a sort of slant here, but it should also provide significantly better battery life. So I just booted the laptop up and I noticed a couple of other interesting things about it. First of all, it appears to have a 1366 by 768 high definition display. So that's an option that you don't necessarily see on a lot of netbooks, although there are a couple of others out there. It also has a touch panel and is a capacitive touchscreen display. Now, it doesn't swivel, you can't use it in tablet mode per se, but in talking to the folks at HP, I've been told that this is actually a fairly popular option for people who want to type and reach up at the screen. I personally find it tends to be a lot easier to reach my hand down and use the display, or use the touchpad instead of the display, but you know, if this is something, you know, you can write on the screen with your finger, or you can launch applications, for instance, just by touching on them. Let's launch the start menu, drag and drop, and so forth. So there are a couple of things that definitely set this apart, make it a little bit more of a business class netbook. I also forgot to touch on a few of the other features. It has an accelerometer in it, which helps shut off the hard drive in the event of a fall. And that can prevent damage. It has a 7200 RPM hard drive, which is significantly faster than the 5400 RPM hard drives, or even 4200 versions that are found in some netbooks. There's also an optional solid-state disk, and unlike the solid-state disks that came in some of the earliest netbooks, it's a high-quality SSD, which offers significantly faster performance than you would get from a typical hard drive. I believe this model has a hard drive. Let me double check here. It's also available with, yeah, this looks like it has a hard drive. It's also available with Windows 7 Home Premium, Windows 7 Professional, I believe, Windows 7 Starter, Windows XP, and a number of other operating systems, including Linux, or FreeDOS, even if you essentially want it almost operating system-less, so you can install your own. So, you know, definitely a number of features that set it apart. The pricing, I believe this one starts at about $399, but with all of these extra configuration options, it can get pretty expensive for a netbook, especially if you want the touchscreen and the, you know, if you want 3G, if you want the high-resolution display, you might want Broadcom Crystal HD decoder, which can help play high-definition video. Because this has the Atom N550 processor, it supports, even without a video decoder, it's supposed to support 720p HD video playback, but if you want 1080p HD video playback, you can get an optional Broadcom card that helps with that. So the thing I'm really most interested in here is, because this is very similar to the HP Mini 5102 I reviewed a while back, I want to see how the new processor performs and affects the overall performance of the netbook. So again, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing.com, and this is the HP Mini 5103.